Do you ever say, I'll start tomorrow, and then tomorrow never really comes?
Or you promise yourself, just 5 minutes on my phone, and suddenly it's midnight.
Yes, that moment when your habit wins. Again.
Don't worry, you're not lazy, you're human.
In this episode, we'll talk about habits, the good ones, the bad ones, and the funny ones we all pretend we don't have.
We'll practice simple, real English you can use to talk about routines, struggles, and small changes without pressure.
No perfect morning routines, no waking up at 5 a.m. promises.
Just honest habits, gentle motivation, and English you can actually use.
If you've ever tried to change a habit and laughed at yourself a little, this episode is for you. Welcome to English Box, Easy English with Julia and Tom. If this is your first time here, this channel is all about turning English into a small daily habit that fits real life. I'm Julia, and I'm really happy you're spending this time with us today.
And I'm Tom. I'm excited to practice real-life English with you in a calm and realistic way. Remember, progress doesn't need to be big. Even small steps count when you take them every day.
Exactly. We speak slowly and clearly, so you can listen and practice wherever you are. You might be cooking, walking, commuting, or just relaxing before going to sleep.
You can simply listen, or you can speak along with us to build confidence. And if you don't understand every word, that's completely okay. Your brain is still learning quietly in the background.
Our goal is to help you make English feel easy and natural in your daily life. You don't need long study sessions or perfect focus. Sometimes listening or repeating just one sentence is already enough.
Right. English is like exercise for your brain. 5 calm minutes every day works much better than one long, painful workout once a month.
Yes, English should feel light and comfortable, not something that makes you feel exhausted. And today's topic is habits, because whether we notice it or not, our days are built on small things we repeat again and again.
That's true. Some habits are helpful, like brushing your teeth, and some habits, well, like checking your phone every 5 minutes.
No judgment here. Habits shape how we live, how we work, and even how we learn English.
And the good news is, talking about habits uses very common, everyday English. These are words and sentences people use all the time when talking about their routines and lifestyle.
Today, you'll hear useful expressions about good habits, bad habits, habits we want to keep, and habits we want to change. You can use them with friends, coworkers, or even when talking to yourself.
Talking to yourself in English is completely allowed, by the way. It's private practice, and it really works.
Before we start, if you enjoy learning English through natural conversations like this, please like this episode and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue creating calm and practical lessons for you.
And if you're already subscribed, welcome back. You're officially part of the Improving Your English Without Stress community.
All right, grab your coffee or tea, get comfortable, and don't worry about being perfect.
Let's dive into today's topic and talk about habits, one simple sentence at a time.
Understanding habits. All right, Tom, let's start with the basics. When you hear the word habit, what does it mean to you?
For me, a habit is something I do without really thinking about it. It's like my brain goes on autopilot. For example, every morning I check my phone before I even remember my own name.
Very honest. I feel the same. A habit is an action you repeat so often that it becomes automatic. Automatic means your body does it first and your brain asks questions later.
Exactly. And some habits are useful, and some are just very good at wasting time.
That leads to the next question. Do you think habits are easy or hard to change?
I think they're hard to change, especially the ones we don't notice. Big habits feel scary, but small habits are tricky because they hide inside our routine.
I agree. Habits aren't hard because we're lazy. They're hard because they're comfortable. Your brain likes familiar patterns, even bad ones.
Yes, my brain loves comfort. It does not love change. It loves the couch.
Same here. Now, what is one habit you do automatically every day?
Without thinking, I drink coffee first thing in the morning. Not good morning, not stretching, just coffee. If I skip it, I feel like a different person.
That's very real. For me, one automatic habit is checking my schedule as soon as I wake up. It makes me feel organized or stressed, depending on the day.
That's a good example of routine. A routine is the set of habits you repeat in the same order every day.
Exactly. And routines can help us or exhaust us depending on what's inside them.
So when did you first notice how important habits are in your life?
Honestly, when I felt tired all the time, I realized it wasn't one bad day, it was many small habits adding up. Going to bed late, saying yes too often, not resting enough.
I noticed it when I tried to change everything at once and failed in about 3 days.
Very common.
That's when I learned about awareness. Awareness means noticing what you do without judging yourself.
Yes, habits are not about being perfect, they're about paying attention.
And today, that's all we're doing, noticing,
No fixing, no pressure, just awareness.
which is a very good habit to start with.
Daily habits and routines.
All right, Julia, let's talk about daily habits. Very honest question. What is the first thing you usually do in the morning?
I wish I could say something very healthy, like stretching or meditation, but honestly, I check my phone, just for 1 minute, which somehow becomes 10. That first action often sets the tone of my day. Tone means the general feeling of how things begin.
That's very real. For me, the first thing I do is look for coffee. Until I have coffee, my brain is basically offline.
That sounds like a strong habit. Now, if you're listening, it's your turn to practice. If someone asks, what's the first thing you do in the morning? You can say, I check my phone. Or, I make coffee. Or, I take a shower and try to wake up slowly.
Julia, do you have a morning or evening routine?
I have more of an evening routine. I try to prepare things for the next day. My bag, my clothes, my to-do list. A routine is a pattern you repeat, even when you're tired and don't want to think.
I'm the opposite. My routine is in the morning. I like doing the same simple steps in the same order. It helps me feel less rushed, even when I am rushed.
Very relatable. Now you can practice. You might say, I have a simple morning routine. Or, I don't really have a routine, but I want one. Or, my evening routine helps me relax.
What habit helps you feel more organized during the day?
Writing things down. If it stays in my head, it disappears. Being organized doesn't mean being perfect, it just means knowing what comes next.
For me, it's checking my calendar. If I don't, the day feels like a surprise party, and not the fun kind.
Now your turn. Making a list helps me stay organized. Or, I check my schedule every morning. Or, small habits help my day feel smoother.
Last question, and this one is very honest. Is there a habit that makes your day harder?
Yes, saying yes too quickly. I agree to things before checking my energy, and later I feel stressed.
Mine is staying up too late. I tell myself just one more video and suddenly it's midnight.
We all know that habit. Now you can practice. Staying up late makes my day harder. Or, I have some habits I want to change. Or, not all habits help me, and that's okay.
The important thing is awareness. Awareness means noticing habits without judging yourself.
Exactly. You don't need to fix everything today. Just noticing is already a great first step. Building good habits.
So, Julia, let's talk about building good habits. Is there a habit you want to build right now?
Yes, definitely. I want to build a habit of going to bed earlier. Not super early, just earlier than scrolling until my phone dies. A habit is something you repeat so often that it becomes normal, not something you fight with every night.
That's very honest. For me, I want to build a habit of moving more during the day. Nothing dramatic, just standing up, stretching, or taking a short walk instead of sitting for hours like a statue.
That sounds very reasonable. And why is this habit important to you?
It's important because I notice my energy drops when I don't move. Important doesn't mean urgent. It means it actually makes your life better over time, even if it feels small.
I like that. For me, sleeping earlier is important because it affects everything: my mood, my focus, even how patient I am with people the next day.
Very true. So, how do you remind yourself to keep a habit?
I try to connect it to something I already do. For example, when I turn off my laptop at night, that's my reminder to slow down and prepare for sleep. A reminder doesn't have to be an alarm. Sometimes it's just a moment in your routine.
That's smart. I use very simple reminders. I put my walking shoes near my desk so I see them and think, okay, maybe stand up now. It's harder to ignore something that's right in front of you.
Exactly. And let's be honest, motivation doesn't always show up. So, what helps you stay consistent when motivation is low?
Consistent means doing something regularly, even when you don't feel excited. What helps me is lowering my expectations. If I tell myself, just 5 minutes, I'm more likely to start.
Same here. I remind myself that doing something badly is better than not doing it at all. A habit grows from showing up, not from being perfect.
That's a great reminder. Habits aren't built by big promises. They're built by small actions repeated again and again.
Exactly. And if you miss a day, that doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're human. Breaking or changing habits.
Julia, let's talk about the habits we wish we didn't have. Is there a habit you want to stop or change?
Yes, working too late at night. I tell myself I'll stop at 10, but then I think, just one more thing, and suddenly it's midnight. To change a habit means trying to do something differently, even when your old behavior feels very comfortable.
I know that feeling. For me, it's checking my phone too often. I pick it up without thinking, while waiting, eating, or even when I'm already tired of scrolling.
That's a perfect example of an automatic habit. Now, if you're listening, think about this question for yourself. You can say, I want to change my habit of, or I'm trying to stop.
Julia, when do you usually fall back into old habits?
Usually when I'm tired or stressed. Falling back means returning to an old habit, even after you decided to change it. When my energy is low, my brain wants the easiest option.
Same here. Late at night or during busy weeks, my good habits disappear very quietly. It's like they say goodbye without telling me.
Very polite habits. Now it's your turn to practice. I fall back into old habits when I'm tired. Or stress makes it harder for me to change.
What makes changing habits difficult for you, Julia?
Honestly, expectations. I want to do it perfectly, but habits change slowly, not overnight. That struggle, the hard part, is normal, not a failure.
I agree. For me, forgetting is the problem. I start strong, then life happens. That's called a setback, a small step backward, not the end of the journey.
Exactly. Now practice. Changing habits is difficult because... Or I struggle when...
Last question. How do you feel when you fail to keep a habit?
I feel disappointed at first, but I'm learning awareness, noticing what happened without being angry at myself.
That's important. When I fail, I try to say, okay, tomorrow is another chance.
And that mindset makes change possible. Habits don't need punishment, they need patience.
Small steps, honest reflection, and kindness to yourself.
That's how real change actually happens. Gentle practice. Habits you can talk about.
Now let's slow down and practice together. This part is not about being perfect. It's about noticing your habits and putting them into simple English.
We'll answer first, so you can hear examples. Then it will be your turn. Short answers are more than enough.
Let's start with an easy one. What is one habit you do every day without thinking?
For me, I check my phone right after I wake up. It's automatic. My hand moves before my brain is fully awake. I'm not proud of it, but I'm aware of it.
I make coffee first thing in the morning. Even on weekends, my brain doesn't really work until that cup is finished.
Now it's your turn. You can say, I check my phone in the morning. Or, I always make coffee when I wake up. Or, I do it without thinking.
Next question. Is there a habit that helps your day, even a little?
Yes, I write a short to-do list. Just 3 things. It helps me feel organized instead of overwhelmed.
For me, walking after dinner helps a lot. It clears my head and helps me sleep better.
Your turn. Try one sentence. Making a list helps me. Or, walking helps me relax. Or, this habit makes my day easier.
Now an honest one. Is there a habit that makes your day harder?
Working too late. I always say just 5 more minutes, and suddenly it's very late.
I snack when I'm bored, not hungry. It sounds small, but it affects my energy.
Your turn. You can say, staying up late makes my day harder. Or, I get distracted too easily. Or, this habit drains my energy.
Last question. What is one habit you want to improve? Not change perfectly, just improve.
I want to pause before checking my phone in the morning. Even 1 minute is progress.
I want to stretch every day. Not a full workout, just moving my body a little.
Now you try. I want to improve this habit. Or, I want to do it a little better. Or, small progress is enough for me.
Notice something important. You didn't judge yourself. You just described your habits.
And that's where change starts, with awareness, not pressure. 1 calm sentence a day is already a good habit.
Wow, Julia, we've covered a lot today. From noticing our habits to trying to change the ones that don't really help us anymore. We talked about automatic routines, small struggles, and those moments when habits quietly take over.
Yes, and the most important idea is this. Habits don't need to be perfect to be useful. Even becoming aware of one habit is already a big step forward.
We also practiced many real-life words and expressions you can use every day, like habit, routine, consistency, setback, and awareness.
And when you talk about your own habits in English, you're not memorizing sentences. You're describing your real life, and that's how English starts to feel natural.
So here's a gentle challenge for you. Say or write one simple sentence about a habit you have.
For example, I'm trying to wake up earlier, or I want to change my phone habit at night. One honest sentence is more than enough.
If you feel comfortable, write your sentence in the comments. We really enjoy reading them, and it's a great way to practice without pressure.
You can also explore more episodes on this channel about daily routines, feelings, goals, and everyday English you can actually use.
If this episode helped you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really supports us and helps us keep creating calm, practical lessons for busy learners.
And feel free to share this episode with a friend who's learning English too. Building habits, including English habits, is easier when you don't do it alone.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
Keep it simple, keep it kind to yourself, and make English a small daily habit. See you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode.